Okay, just want to make a video here about Ronda Rousey winning in 34 seconds and how it ties in to the death of Roddy Piper. And I guess first off, I just want to kind of recap. I have been mentioning 34 and 43. It's mirror. I don't know how many times. It all goes along with the domestic violence, civil war type theme that they've been running in the media and every story. It seems like all these stories are just super connected. It's really insane. But so she wins by 34 seconds. I just it even goes clear back to like Kobe Bryant scoring 81 points because 1981. If I can find where I put it here, 1981 is 34 years ago. 1934 is 81 years ago. But I mean, when I talk about the Civil War, I've talked about Abraham Lincoln. He was born on 2/12, which is the 43rd day of the year. He became president on 3/4 of 1861. Even the word 34, if you write it out like this, it adds up to 61 in gematria. So, and 61 is very significant. Obama was born in 1961. The Civil War started in 1861. The Queen's mother is exactly, or was exactly 61 years to the day older than Obama. Let's see, Kansas became the 34th state. It was the last state to become a state before the Civil War began. And it was 34 days before Abe Lincoln became president. And then when they changed it, and with the 20th Amendment, all the presidents used to become president on 3/4. But the 20th Amendment changed it to January 20th. And it didn't start until the 34th president. And January 20th is 43 days before 3/4. I mean, Charleston is 43. We've had the Charleston bombing or whatever, or not bombing, the Charleston shooting with Dylan Stormroof, who was born on 4/3. Obama is the 43rd person to be president. Whatever. I'm not going to keep listing all these. It even ties into the Pope. The Pope's from Argentina here. It's on 34 degrees south. Yeah. The Philadelphia train wreck. There was also a train wreck in 1943 on the same part of the train track or whatever. I mean, Hulk Hogan is 43. He's just in the news. And since I'm going to talk about Roddy Piper and whatever, Hulk Hogan, just throwing it out there. Even the 343rd prime is 2309, kind of like 923. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. So, interesting. She would win by 34 seconds. And just want to point it out, too, since the word 34 then equals 61, and it's all to do with the Civil War and Obama's birthday and year or whatever. 61 and plus 61 is 122, a number we've seen a ton of times. The 122nd day is May 2nd, or 5/2. Princess Charlotte was born. That was the Floyd Mayweather fight. The 200 or 52nd prime number is 239. The United States actually on August 2nd, which was a half hour ago or whatever, was the 239th year of the United States. I mean, tons of stuff with this. Talked about that as well. Pope Francis adds up to 122. Train wreck. We just had the train wreck shooting, 122. Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. I mean, San Francisco, 122. I've mentioned this so many times. So, moving on. So, I mean, seriously, for one, don't you find it kind of strange that Roddy Piper dies the day before Ronda Rousey fights, and then she dedicates the fight to him even because they have the same nickname. She dedicated it to him because he died in a sleep Friday, and he was the one who'd given Rousey permission to use his nickname, Rowdy. So she's literally Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and he was Roddy Piper. I mean, do you not find that strange? And then she even dedicates it to him and all that, and he dies the day before. And he dies at age 61 that I talked about. 34 is 61 and Civil War. One day before. It's just ridiculous. He even died on July 31st. And July 31st is the 212th day of the year. 212. And then February 12th, then 212 is the 43rd day. His real name is Roderick George Toombs. And if you add that up in gematria, it's 107. And he was also born on April 17th, which is the 107th day of the year. It even says he accumulated 34 championships in various promotions during his career. Really, 34? There's so much stuff. I'm even having trouble organizing this here. So, he's even born in 54. 54 is love. It's the love reference. But when he died, it says that it was announced. Where is it here? The news of his death broke minutes before Hall of Heroes dinner to cap off Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Legends Fan Fest in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we just had Princess Charlotte, born on 5/2. Michael Jordan is 52. I've talked about the Space Jam stuff since Valentine's Day and the Teen Wolf, whatever. Michael Jordan's 52. He owns the Charlotte Hornets. Anyway, it says they were 600, whatever, they were gathered there. He then received a 10-bell salute after the planned salute to fellow former professional wrestler Dusty Rhodes. So Dusty Rhodes just died as well. And then we had the Hulk Hogan thing with being racist or whatever. Go figure, Civil War stuff. But anyway, Dusty Rhodes, he died on June 11th. So 6/11. And so the 6th prime number is 13. And the 11th prime number is 31. So the mirrors 13 and 31. And that actually goes with 84 because 1984 was 34 or 31 years ago and 1931 was 84 years ago. So they double coded this story big time. I know it seems like a lot, but they definitely double coded it. And because 31 and 84 and 81 and 34 or their mirrors they showed up like crazy in this whole story. So, and 84 is significant because Obama will be 54 years old on 8/4. I'll just show a few here. Obama born on 8/4. It's also the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. The word Jesuit is 84. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope. The 84th prime is 433, and October 5th of this year will be the 433rd year of the Gregorian calendar. The General Lee is 84 and 48. The book 1984, it actually starts off on 4/4, and a ton more stuff with that. I'm not going to go into that. Maybe I will if it comes back up, but it all deals with 144. Obama is the 44th president. Even United States of America adds up to 84. Even 84, there's 149 days left, which flux capacitor adds up to that. I've talked about that multiple times. The speed is 88 miles an hour. 49 is what they call plutonium in the Manhattan Project. Actually call it plutonium 239, and 239, like I said, is the 52nd prime. But anyway, gonna move on. So Roddy Piper was also born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. You just can't make this stuff up. This town was on 52 degrees north, 106 degrees west. Now, I've talked about 52. I'm not going to re-explain it. There's tons more, though, but 106, the Philadelphia train crash there was the 106 on the train that was written on it. It was going 106 miles an hour. Obama winks at 106 in the movie I Pet Goat. It could even be like 10-6, like October 6th. But if you write that the way they would write it in Europe, it would be 6/10, which in America would be June 10th. and that is the day that Queen Elizabeth's husband is born, and he is 1,776 days older than her. Also, 610 is the 161st day of the year, so you got the mirrors. 61, frontward and backward, so once again, Civil War. Even American Civil War adds up to 161. I mean, you just, like I'm saying, you can't make it up. Elizabeth II is even 106. October 6th is, from Gregorian to Julian, is also 923. Tons of stuff here. All right, I need to just make a bunch of recap videos so I can just leave a link so people can go just read them, because it gets so time consuming to try to re-explain everything. But I feel like I have to for people who are new or something, and it's just a lot of work. I'm not really complaining. I just need to do it so I can make a reference video, I guess. But anyway, to the moral of the story here. So UFC 190, Ronda Rousey won in 34 seconds on 8-1, and 81 was 34 years ago. 34 is 81 years ago. The fight was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, which is on 22 degrees south, 43 degrees west. Ronda Rousey was born on February 1st, and if you go to 8-1, it's 181 days before her birth or after her birthday. So, I mean, what are the odds of that? She wins on 8-1, 181 days after her birthday. And then Roddy Piper was born on 4/17, and it's 106 days after his birthday. Even August 1st, if you write it out, it's 44 and 161. I mean, no way. Ronda, the word Ronda is 52 and 25. Rousey even adds up to 31 and 103. 103, I wrote 27th prime because it seems like a lot of it connects to 88, and 1988 was 27 years ago. And 1927 was 88 years ago. But she was on WrestleMania 31 even this year, and that was in San Francisco even on 3/29, the 88th day of the year. And from WrestleMania to 8-1, 4 months, 3 days. And the number 106, we've seen it a lot this year, so I thought I went and looked at Ronda Rousey's record or whatever, and she's pretty much dominated. But there was one of them where the time was 66 seconds or 106, and it was on February 22nd, so 222, and we even 222 Amtrak adds up to 222 in the Philadelphia train wreck and all that. So I decided to go from this day that she got her 9th win, 222 of 2014, and then go to the day of the Philadelphia train wreck. It's 444 days. So then I thought, all right, how many days from the train wreck to the day that she won UFC 190? On 8-1, 81 days after the train wreck, she wins on 8-1. And her first UFC win was on March 27th, 2011. And I just typed it in, just kind of experimenting. If you go to Roddy Piper's death from that day, 4 years, 4 months, 4 days. Kind of like 444. Ronda Rousey even fights out of Santa Monica, California. 34 degrees north, 118 degrees west. All right, so hopefully most of this makes sense to you. If you followed my videos, I'm sure it makes tons of sense. I just need to, like I said, go back and make a recap. But Roddy Piper, I wanted to talk about him a little bit more. Actually, a lot more. His great-great-grandfather was Robert Toombs, the first Confederate States Secretary of State. So his great-great-grandfather was a leader in the American Civil War. So once again, the Civil War theme or whatever, this guy was a founding father. His real name was Robert Augustus Toombs, died at 75, and in gematria, his name is 75.